Hello everyone, my name is Amateur Animator or Garrett, whichever one you prefer. I don't mind either way. Anyway, here it is, a video. Not only is it a video, it's a Q&A video that I planned on uploading in March. It's what is it? It's June now? Oh, cool. It took me forever. Anyone who follows me on Twitter knows that not only did my laptop stop working, but I had a lot of other stuff going on. My grandpa just died, but that's not about this video. I don't want this video to be a downer. I got questions to answer. So let's go ahead and get into the first video I've made in like a month or two. And the first several questions come from Josie Kitty, voice of Isabel. Shout out there. First question is, what is your favorite animated movie? And that's a tough one. If I had to go with any, I'd definitely go with the Emoji Movie because I love that movie. No, I'm joking. This is something I gotta think about. On the top of my head, if I had to pick one, it would be the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Just the first thing that comes to my mind. Do you enjoy any anime? And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I hate to offend anyone, but I haven't watched much anime. Not that I don't like it. I actually really do enjoy the little I have seen, except for Sword Art Online. No offense to anyone who likes that show. I don't like it. First 13 episodes, pretty good. That was about it. But I do plan on watching more eventually. What is your favorite sci-fi movie? I guess Back to the Future, if that's a sci-fi movie, because that's my favorite movie of all time, and now that I've seen it. Favorite hobbies, other than making videos, it would be drawing and just walking, listening to music. That's about it. I'm a very simple man. What's your favorite Funko Pop figure you've collected? Now, I've collected quite a few of those. Part of me regrets it, but it's whatever. I have a Courage the Cowardly Dog figure. I just looked at it right now. If you want to know what it looks like, just look at a picture of it. It's pretty good for a Funko Pop. It looks just really good compared to what Courage the Cowardly Dog looks like. What got you interested in animation? Really, I always go to Futurama as my answer because it was the first show that I watched. I just had this it just had a spark in me. I just kind of really liked it. And the way it was animated just got me interested in it because really, before that, I was never like, oh, I'm going to animate. It was just, once I started watching Futurama, I don't know what it was about it, but that's my answer. And what's your favorite animated series? That's a tough one. Because all three of them have something I like about it. And I'm just not going to be able to answer this right now until at least one of them finishes. But, I think, right now, looking at things, I think Drugs, Crimes, and Other Stuff is probably the most likely to be the best overall once it ends. Where do you draw inspiration from writing your series? I would probably say Vince Gilligan, the guy who made Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Those two shows just made me admire good writing in shows because everything mattered. Like small things came back later on in ways you never expected, and I admire it. It's so amazingly well written that those two shows are. That after watching those, I just wanted my series to be as close as good to those as they can be. And they're never going to be as good as those two shows, but that's where I got my most inspiration from. How do you come up with characters or story ideas? Usually it's just something I come up with randomly during the day. And usually when I have a good idea, I write it down. So that's usually how a lot of my stuff comes, just random times I have ideas, and sometimes they're good enough to make something out of it. And for my characters, usually just when I'm thinking about the story, if I need to introduce a character, I usually just do it that way. There's not too much to it. Although, a lot of my characters are based on drawings I made when I was like 10 years old. They had characters, but I made them more fleshed out for my series, of course, but that's another answer. But yeah, when it comes to characters, it's just whatever the story needs. Although I will say for anyone writing that it is more important to write the story around the character rather than the characters around the story. Where do you see the future of your series heading? That's considered spoilers, and I am not giving you spoilers. What happens with my series? It's gonna be called whatever happens at the end of the series. It's gonna be a direct cause of what happened in the earlier season. It's gonna be it's all gonna be connected. Is basically what I'm saying. Any long-term channel goals to reach 1 million subscribers? Other than that, it's just to finish my series. I just want to finish them, not rush them. Just let them Let them conclude the way that they meant to conclude. That's about it. And favorite episode you've created. I'm not gonna be able to answer this right now because I would have to go through all of them again. But I'm gonna give you my favorite for mini animation. It's the most recent one. It's Dating Simulator. I really loved that episode. I loved how it turned out, and the actress who played Adorable Izzy, amazing job. And I'm really happy I found her to do the voice. But yeah, that is a great episode, in my opinion. Liam Talks asks, who's your favorite character to voice in your videos? Coolblue. Has been since I started voicing him, and I haven't had a character that I've voiced since that's been better, in my opinion. So yeah, Coolblue is my favorite to voice. Cheetah asks, how are you doing? Like, in general. I'm okay. I'm tired. For the last year, I've been helping my grandma, and then she passed away. And like a few months after, my grandpa got sick, and for a few months, I was watching him, and then he passed away. So the last year of my life has been really stressful, but overall, I'm still doing okay. I think things will get better now that things aren't so hectic. Of course, I'm gonna miss both of them, but I mean, they're not so tough. Fuck, I can't speak. They're not suffering anymore, so I don't know. It's a tough situation, but I would say I'm not doing too bad. Mr. Beard, why? Well, that's your question, and my answer to why is I really don't know. Evil Outcast, who inspired you to become an animator? Like I said many times, Futurama. I'm not sure what about it made me want to animate, but that was the show that made me want to. Which one of your characters are a take on? I don't know. I really don't know what that means. I apologize, but I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Will you be making more animations after Electric Power? Maybe. Like I've said many times before, I'm definitely finishing the free I'm working on now. But I have a few ideas for prequels, but I'm still not sure if I'm going to be doing anything after these. It depends if I want to keep going or not, because doing these videos takes a lot of time, and I don't get paid from any, so it's on my own time, and it's like, if life gets to the point where I need to do something other than videos, it might just have to be pushed to the side, and if I can do it, I will happily do it, but if I can't, then I'm just not going to be able to. But as long as I can, I will make more. And Liam Talks again. Do you have an endpoint for your series, or do you think it will go on until you want to move on to something else? Yes, all of my series have an endpoint, and I try to naturally build up to that endpoint. If things need to change, they will. I just want it all to smooth naturally. But yes, all of my series have an endpoint. And all of them are coming sooner than later. Miss Creepy Tales. 1. What inspired you to start YouTube? What inspired the whole series you're making? Both of these questions have different answers. I wanted to be the next PewDiePie when I first started. That's why my first video is me recording my TV with my phone. Because I wanted to be like PewDiePie, and that's the kind of quality he does. That changed over time with animation, but for what inspired me, or the series I'm making, all of them are different, but it's just ideas for stories I had. I think they would be good, but then also I want them to be as close to the quality Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, or those two shows are really have inspired me to do the writing, have my writing be as good as possible. 2. Other than making content, what other hobbies do you have? I've answered this question before. Drawing, writing, listening to music. That's really about it. Oh, and Lego. Definitely Lego. I love Lego. I got like 20,000 Lego pieces in my room right now. Number 3, favorite food. When it's done right, fish, and my favorite drink, sweet tea. 4. What are your future plans for your channel? I've answered that already. Million subscribers, finish my series I'm working on at least, and maybe make more eventually. Goals for 2022? You know what? I want to reach 500 subscribers. 1,000 if I can, but to be more generous and the more likely outcome is 500. That's what I want. Ghosty Mist asks, out of your characters in all your series, who is your favorite? This is another question I really would have to think about more, but I definitely know that right now Esther is my favorite from Electric Power. Heather is my favorite from Drugs Crime. And Coolblue is my favorite from mini animation. So it's definitely one of those 3. If I had to pick one right now, I'd say Coolblue, but that could change if I thought about it more. Creepy Simp says, what is your most favorite series from your own original series, and why is that? I think someone asked this before. It was something I would have to wait for them to end before I could make my decision. But I think Drugs, Crime, and other stuff is going to be the one more than likely right now to be the best. But who knows? Maybe the ending for Electric Power and mini animation will be better. But if I had to take a guess, I think that one's going to be my favorite. As the Raven Dreams, when you decide who voices which character, what exactly is the process you go through? And this is kind of a weird one to answer in a way, because sometimes I really don't care who voices them as long as they fit the character enough. But I will say, like for Heather, Lady Spikara voices her, and when I first came up with Heather, she's based off of someone I knew, and when I first came up with her, the way that Lady Spikara does her voice isn't the way I originally expected her to sound. But it didn't bother me, because at the end of the day, it didn't matter how she really sounded. But for characters like Nick from Drug Tramps and other stuff, I knew what I wanted him to sound like. And when I heard Fresman, who voices him for the first time, I instantly was like, that's who I want voicing this character. And whenever I start making this character, I want this guy to voice him. And luckily, I was able to get him to do it, and it was amazing. And then we got characters like Adorable Izzy from the recent mini animation, who I 100% had an idea of how I wanted her to sound, and I really wasn't going to be satisfied unless I found someone who could do it, or at least be very close. And I found someone for that as well. But other than those rare moments, it doesn't really matter who voices the character, as long as they fit the character good enough. And that's about it. That's all the questions I have. Pretty amazing. I like all of them. But thank you everyone who watched my video. And thank you for everyone who had the questions. It means a lot that you have questions for me. But that's really all about it. I hope you found something interesting about my answers. Thank you everyone for watching. I love you all. And I will be back in probably a week for a trailer, so look out for that. But thank you everyone for watching my video for the first one with this microphone. And I will see everyone in the next video. Goodbye. Mwah.